I'll be honest, when I first saw headlines of Pirates of the Caribbean rebooting going forward with a female lead, I kept thinking, what about Johnny Depp? Then I started seeing follow-up on headlines like this, with Pirates of the Caribbean 6, big news imminent, Johnny Depp's Jack Sparrow returning. See, apparently, and we don't know this for a fact, but apparently Pirates of the Caribbean 6 is separate to potential female spin-off. So when they're talking about this movie here, it might not actually be a spin-off running with a female lead. No, you might actually have Johnny Depp's Jack Sparrow returning, and then another movie coming out as well. That sounds a little interesting, doesn't it? So hey there, so today we return to that wonderful world of Johnny Depp coverage, and I have to say that this is actually good news for Johnny Depp. At one time, I didn't feel like there could actually be any good news, but this actually says, hey, there might be something in the works. Before beginning, really briefly though, this month, May 15th, 2020, also my birthday, I have a comic book coming out, Another Case for the Littlest Umbrella. We have a sign-up sheet, link in the description. This basically allows you to get something exclusive and free when you purchase. I don't use advertisers. I don't particularly care what the platform says I can or cannot cover. This way, though, I can do whatever I want, and I've been passionate about comics. You could check out my backlog of videos. But yeah, we'll talk about that more at the end of the video. So I'll be honest, when I first saw reports coming out like this, from Disney Insider no less, I kept thinking, wow, this says plenty about justice or the lack thereof. Now, other things, they're going to expand on it, but I'm going to show you what they're reporting first, what they actually have to say, and then I'm going to expand with the stuff that seems like maybe Johnny Depp wasn't actually left out. Maybe there's a little bit better in the world after all. So they started out with reports of Pirates of the Caribbean reboot. It's moving forward with a female lead. Yeah, because everybody tuned in to Pirates of the Caribbean for the pirates, like the female pirates there. Pirates of the Caribbean was Johnny Depp. These people, they forget so quickly. So back in 2018, you remember the atmosphere there. Reports surfaced that Disney was set to reboot their blockbuster franchise, Pirates of the Caribbean. Since then, fans have been wondering what that would mean for Johnny Depp's Captain Jack Sparrow. Well, I can say, don't expect him to return. According to insider Daniel, I'm going to say Richmond, Studios is in fact going the reboot route and are currently looking for a female lead, and one of the names at the top of Disney's list to lead the reboot is Avengers Endgame and Jumanji The Next Level star Karen Gillan. This is something I can also confirm, as I've heard rumblings that Gillan as early as last fall. As of now, it's unknown if the actress has had any formal talks, but the studio is definitely interested. Another tidbit I hear is that the studio is considering women of color for the lead. Character and character details are being kept under wraps, though fan speculation will go wild now that Gillian's name has been mentioned. There could be a possibility that the film will look to be centered on Red, the popular female pirate featured in Disney park attractions and is a meet and greet character. So that's what you might be talking about with your reboot. And again, great if you want to put that together, but Pirates of the Caribbean was Johnny Depp's character. It wasn't anyone else. They weren't front and center. Like I said, how quickly these companies forget. And specifically when we're talking about 2018, we know exactly what transpired. We saw Disney take the coward's way out. And I am free and clear in saying it. They took the coward's way out. Now, though, we also have articles like this coming up. And this, I hope that Disney is smart enough to understand if they're moving forward without Captain Jack Sparrow, there's going to be quite a bit of backlash. So hopefully, again, they understand that there should be justice in the world and that this better be correct. Otherwise, I'm going to be very, very loud about what I think about this stuff. So Pirates of the Caribbean 6 is separate to potential female spinoff. 2 movies possible. So Pirates of the Caribbean 6 is separate to a possible female-led spinoff, according to a Disney insider. We could be looking at 2 movies with Johnny Depp's Jack Sparrow returning. So you have one place out here that's saying, hey, there's no way that this guy is returning. And like I said, that hits me a lot different. And then you have this with another insider talking about there actually are 2 movies in the work. And yeah, we're thinking about bringing him back. That's still, I can see them wanting to reboot, but I would say that reboot, it could fall flat on its face too. Again, they forget what brought that movie front and center, and it was the charisma of the actor, not a pirate tale that did it. So they start out with exactly what we just heard from that Disney insider. Yesterday, a report revealed that the House of Mouse are considering a Pirates of the Caribbean reboot without Johnny Depp's Jack Sparrow. We had heard that for a while too. They were going to shelf Jack Sparrow because, of course, you know what's going on. Well, allegedly, Avengers Endgame star Karen Gillan is at the top of the list to presumably play Disneyland ride pirate Red. But now another alleged insider has claimed that there could be 2 pirate movies in the works. Again, they better be smart enough to do this. They better. So supposedly, Disney are considering Pirates of the Caribbean 6 separate to a female-led reboot. Movie insider and film editor Vaughn tweeted, Karen Gillan's Pirates hashtag film is not hashtag Pirates of the Caribbean 6. That is an important distinction that Disney needs to make. Is this Pirates of the Caribbean 6, or is this a spin-off movie? Because I tell you, a spin-off movie, that's fine, but if they go out and they absolutely do not go this route, again, I think everyone, and I mean everyone, should be loud about it, because this is absolutely absurd either. It could be a great thing or it can be negative, and I'm going to stay optimistic in this right now. The 6th film, they go on, would be a direct continuation from Dead Men Tell No Tales, Salazar's Revenge in the UK, and it's to be the finale with a massive scale conclusion. They give the contraction to return. They actually have somebody that has completed the screenplay. So if these things are noted there, if these things are actually true, you have people that are already under contract that are supposed to be coming back. You already have a screenplay that has been done. That would be absolutely phenomenal news, because that, it seems to indicate, yes, you have this not only in the works, but it's going to return, and it's going to return well. Now, here's that statement on this stuff, too. People need to understand that this is an early development. We know that there was a story for Pirates 6. If Disney decides to bring Depp back, Karen Gillan's film will most likely be set in the existing Pirates universe. This would act as a soft reboot and not Depp's replacement. So Disney, of course, they could clarify this situation at any time, but don't expect them to. And the reason for that is simple. Right now, with the current social situations that are going on, they are losing billions with a B. They've had to borrow $6 billion. They're looking to borrow another $5 billion. And from parks and recreations alone, they are losing billions. They lost billions on the NBA. They're losing billions in movies. So, like I said, they're afraid of anything that comes up that could have controversy tied to it. And this, it would definitely be controversial every way, but I think that they underestimate the pull that Johnny Depp has, and especially with supporters right now. They continue with this just because the production is at halt. There's no way that Disney doesn't return to discuss the 6th film once the situation with Depp is resolved. In the meantime, the potential reboot is to keep the franchise relevant. The 6th continues. Both films could be set in the same universe. That is what makes this situation unique. Now, the one thing that really worries me about this situation is talking about the situation with Depp being resolved. Why? Because there's a certain nameless party I can't bring up in videos that basically is going to go out and they're going to do something in the courtroom around August of 2020. I don't see any resolution becoming clear, for at least a year, maybe a year and a half. So that kind of statement worries me, but it does at the same time make me think that people behind the scenes are looking at how insane this stuff is. They're looking at how much support that Johnny Depp actually has when all of this stuff comes up, and that maybe, just maybe, we could be seeing Johnny Depp returning as Jack Sparrow after all. Now, I want to end with a statement, too, saying, why is this relevant? Why is it important? Some people ask me that. This is Hollywood. Why does it matter? Well, first of all, someone was falsely accused. You can tell that just by looking at the situation. And if a person like Johnny Depp, a worldwide figure, can be denied due process, then anyone can be denied due process. If we're talking about advocacy here, true advocacy, then it doesn't matter about just listening and believing someone. It matters if you go out and you advocate for victims. And this person, they're a victim just as much as anyone else out there. But anyway, you tell me what you think about this. Do you think Disney is actually going to be smart enough to do something like that? Or do you think this stuff is rumor? Myself, like I said, I feel pretty good about at least this discussion coming up. You have people on the inside of it saying, hey, there's actually something more than these people are saying here. They are wrong. You actually have Johnny Depp being cast. But anyway, you tell me what you think about it. So in closing, like I mentioned, we have a comic book coming up May the 15th, 2020. And this sign up here, it allows you to have an exclusive trading card with any purchase. So make sure that you sign up with the link in the description. This is our second comic book. I don't take advertisers. I basically do whatever I want here. But this is something that allows me not only to continue that, but it allows me to do something with family. As Little Umbrella Girl mentioned in this, that is the avatar for my daughter. You can find artwork that's put up in the comments for the channel. You can see exactly what we do. I do all ages friendly books. That means anybody can take part in it, but it's also horror elements and other stuff. Again, you don't want to miss out on it because it's good. And the last one was good. This one, it will be awesome as well. But anyway, thanks for your time. I appreciate you listening to my spiel, and I appreciate you being here too. You empower these endeavors. Not enough people say thank you. I want to do that every time. And I also, like I said, I don't want to monopolize your time, so I'll end there. And again, appreciate you. Let me know what you think about all this stuff. Thanks.